Hey everyone, welcome to the Breaker Arcade. My name is Brandon Miracle, and Nintendo has finally revealed the Nintendo Switch. And the internet seems to be reacting to it just as I would have expected them to. I'm just going to give you my general thoughts and opinions on the Nintendo Switch reveal and a couple of things that I hope and expect. So let's go. First of all, I want to talk about one of the most satisfying things about the Nintendo Switch from people I've seen out there in New York. The transition from TV to portable really is seamless. So like as soon as you pull it off the dock, it's right there on the screen. What's really cool is that it will pause the game for you, and it requires you to press both triggers at the same time to resume play. So you really can't be burned by pulling the console out because the game will pause it, so you're not going to leave yourself in a bad position. Though if it didn't pause it, I don't know why you wouldn't pause it before you lifted it out anyway. It seems that putting it back in the dock, it does take a little bit longer for that signal to kind of recatch to the television. Overall, it's a very seamless transition. It's just a small two-step procedure, and I think they really made it easy for people to understand. Next up is the pricing. I know a lot of people do not like the idea of paying $300 for the Nintendo Switch without a pack-in, but hear me out. There are not a lot of great launch titles coming out for Switch right away, other than The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and some other smaller games from smaller studios. If Nintendo had decided to pack in 1-2 Switch with a Nintendo Switch, how many of you would have actually been happy having that game in the box? This is assuming it would have brought the price to $350. Reggie came out and said that the reason they didn't put a pack-in title in the box is because they wanted people to have a choice of what game they bought with their Nintendo Switch. So really, like, you're still paying that $350 like when the Wii U came out, but the game that you get with the system is going to ultimately be your own choice. And I think that's a better way to do that model, and I'm certainly going to take advantage of it because I'm buying Breath of the Wild. The accessories do seem a little pricey, but I'm going to do a quick little breakdown, and hopefully you guys will see what I'm talking about. So people are saying that the Joy-Cons are way too expensive at $80, which is understandable. $80 for a pair of Joy-Cons. Look at it this way. The Wii Remote, when it came out, was $40. It was a motion-controlled controller that you had to put batteries in to charge. The Joy-Cons are a more enhanced Wii Remote-styled controller with more features, such as the HD Rumble and the distance tracking camera, as well as the fact that there's a joystick on there and all the buttons are there, and the fact that they, sync right up to the Nintendo Switch. So, effectively what I'm saying is that you're paying for a super-powered Wii Remote twice, and that gets you that $80 price point. Am I happy about it? No. That doesn't mean I'm going to like paying $80 for the Joy-Cons, but I feel like for what you're getting out of the Joy-Cons, that's not a bad price. Think about it with the Wii Remotes. The Wii Remotes are such a hassle, especially when playing games on Wii U, because you had to keep them charged, you had to keep batteries in them. The Joy-Cons have a 20-hour battery life on a single charge, and the way you charge them comes with the console. You're never going to have that issue again. You're never going to have to go out and buy batteries. You're never going to have to struggle to get a bunch of Wii Remotes together, because effectively you're getting two in the box. So I overall think that this is a good thing, and I hope you guys kind of see where I'm coming from. The price does seem a little high, but I feel like in some regards justified. Maybe just a little bit smaller would have been great. Another thing I forgot to mention is it comes with the wrist strap attachment, which increases the size of the SL and SR buttons, and it gives you a bit of a better grip on the Joy-Con controller. So you are getting a good value in the box. Maybe at some point we can bring that price down, hopefully, but for now I think I'm okay with it. Not to keep, ranting about price, but another thing that people are kind of worried about is the paid online. So Nintendo Switch is going to have a paid online service, much like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. This paid service will give you access to an app that will allow you to put together lobbies and do voice chat with your friends, as well as set up appointments for gameplay. People do have an issue with that, but I'll get to that in a second. You also get an NES and an SNES game with the addition of online play for 1 month and 1 month only. You will lose that game at the end of the month. So people have a problem with that. PlayStation and Xbox are already doing that for their online services, so I feel like it isn't any less competitive for Nintendo to jump in there and do the same thing. And another thing that I'm personally thinking is that if they do this might improve the overall online infrastructure and might give us a better online experience as a result of maybe paying a little more money towards it. There's a couple ways that Nintendo can make this less intimidating to people who might want to play online. So what I'm thinking is if the price maybe is a little cheaper, maybe $30 or $40 a year, it wouldn't seem as bad to get a game for a month, and then have all those other online features available. And then there's the online play added to NES and SNES games. These games haven't had any changes really since the late 80s and early 90s, so I feel like it's a bit fairer for Nintendo to say, hey, we're putting a little bit more work into these games, maybe throw us a bone. You might even get those games at the end of the month for a discounted price. It's too early to say if this is going to be a bad thing, and I'm going to hold out hope. I forgot that other thing I was going to talk about. What else? So I've gotten my thoughts out there about the pricing and the hardware. Next, I want to talk about the games. Obviously, the reason you buy a video game console, or for video games, at least I hope that's the reason you're buying video game consoles. So, first of all, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm incredibly excited for that game. I've been sold ever since they showed it off to us. I really don't need to say anything else other than the fact that the game looks better and it runs better on Nintendo Switch. It does run at 900p at 30 FPS with some frame drops. 900p, are we really going to complain about that? I mean, it plays at 720p on the Nintendo Switch itself in portable mode. It plays at 720p in portable mode, and that's the resolution of the screen, so I have no complaints there. I'm even hearing that it might play better in portable mode. I'm baffled, to say the least, but we'll see about that. Super Mario Odyssey. I've been waiting for this game to happen for, like, what, 10 years? Nintendo even, like, made this infographic that's, like, they don't consider Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Galaxy 2 of the same, like, lineage as Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. And they're considering Super Mario Odyssey to kind of be the next step in those 64-style games. And I'm so excited that we're going back to that. I can't wait to see more. The game looks great. Mario looks great. All the new moves look great. I can't wait. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's a port. They revamped battle mode. They added some characters like the Inklings, which I'm really excited about. I'm kind of whatever about this game right now. I already have Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, so what I'm hoping is that they have some kind of trade-up program for the Wii U version of the game where I might get an extended discount on the price of the game. That would be nice. Don't know anything yet. I still plan to pick it up regardless, so that's all I have to say about that. Splatoon 2. I was not expecting this game to happen. I was fully convinced that Splatoon was going to be a port of the original game. I'm so happy that it's not. We're going to have new maps, new weapons, new hairstyles, maybe Octolings, I don't know, a brand new story mode that takes place 2 years after the end of the first game, which is kind of awesome, because this game will launch 2 years after the original game. So they're kind of keeping that real-life continuity. I love that. I think that Nintendo Switch is going to offer all kinds of possibilities for Splatoon in general. One issue I had with Splatoon is I could never play local multiplayer with my friends. All there was that balloon battle mode that no one really cared for. But now, if you bring 4 or 5 people together with Splatoon on their own Nintendo Switch, you can have a little local LAN party, essentially, and I feel like that'll be awesome for Splatoon. So I'm super excited about that. That is actually the #1 selling point for me for that game. Even if it was just a port of Splatoon, I would have bought it for that reason and that reason alone. So I'm happy to see that that's there. A game that really takes advantage of the Joy-Con controllers is a new IP called ARMS. I wasn't sure what to think of this when I first saw it. I feel like that CG early part of the trailer was a little too long and maybe didn't convey the idea of the game very well. So you move by moving the Joy-Con controllers in the direction that you want to move in. You can jump with one trigger and you can dash with the other one. And then to punch, you literally punch your arms out. You can add twist to make your arms twist in and out. If you throw both fists at the same time, you do a grab. If you put them together like this, you block. I feel like this is going to be a really cool game with lots of depth. I'm hearing a lot of people are really loving it down at New York right now. And I see some potential here for maybe esports? I don't know, hear me out on this. I feel like it would be super cool to see people on stage with the Joy-Con controllers fighting each other in this game. I don't know, I feel like that'd be super hype. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. You can also play it with a Pro controller, so if you're not in on the motion controls, then you don't have to play it that way. Good on Nintendo for doing that. Super excited for this game. It looks like there's 5 characters right now in the demo. I hope they add more and maybe a single player campaign. It's got online play, that's awesome. So yeah, hopefully it's good. There's a couple other games I want to mention really quickly that I'm pretty interested in. Snipperclips. Snipperclips looks awesome, a really cool puzzle game idea. It's kind of hard for me to describe just with words, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's only going to be $20 on the eShop, I'm guessing, when the Switch comes out, and I'm picking that up day one. Bomberman, Super Bomberman R, that game is going to be awesome. It's been a while since we've had a real Bomberman game, and it's up to 8 players. That's super cool. Another game that I've actually already pre-ordered for Nintendo Switch is Sonic Mania. I got the collector's edition with the cool Sonic statue. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be awesome. The reason they didn't announce it for Wii U, obviously, they were making it for Nintendo Switch the entire time. So cool, I'm really excited about that. And then another game that really surprised me from Capcom is Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challengers. What? This is a full remake of the original Street Fighter 2 with brand new hand-drawn graphics, or if you want, you can go back to the original 16-bit graphic style. They're adding 2 new characters. They're adding Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. I know they're not really new necessarily, but, you know, they'll play a little bit differently. I hear that Violent Ken is really being put in the game for beginners, so that'll be cool for someone like me who doesn't have as much experience with Street Fighter who wants to get in. Yeah, I mean, it'll be in HD, it'll be on Nintendo Switch. There's a couple brand new modes we don't know about yet, and I believe this is celebrating the anniversary of Street Fighter. I'm not sure which year. I don't know. I'll figure that out. So those are all the games I'm looking forward to right now. I'm picking up all of these. These are all the games that I plan to buy for Nintendo Switch in its first year before, you know, we know anything else. I feel like Nintendo really hasn't shown us everything that's coming out in year 1 yet. They're just giving us some games to get really excited about. Like Super Mario Odyssey is a fantastic holiday title. They're gonna blow it out of the water with that one. My name is Brandon Miracle. This is the Break Room Arcade. Remember, don't break your backs, break in the games, but for now, break time's over.